You can't predict the future, but you can prepare for it. Arizona State University is building degrees for what's ahead. Programs designed around emerging fields, taught by faculty whose research is shaping our future, not just teaching about it. It's why we've been ranked #1 in innovation for more than a decade. Your future is worth preparing for, and you don't have to prepare alone. Future-proof your career. Explore more than 350 programs at asuonline.asu.edu. That's a degree better.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your podcast host, Hanju Lee, and you are listening to Better Golf Daily, where I introduce one concept, one research-backed idea, and one thing you can take straight to the golf course. Let's go. 1925 U.S. Open. Bobby Jones is in the rough addressing his ball. As his club settles the grass behind it, the ball moves. Just barely. Maybe a fraction of an inch, and nobody saw it. Not even his playing partner, not even the caddy, not the official walking the fairway, not a single person in the gallery pressed up against the ropes. Nobody. As far as everyone else on that golf course was concerned, nothing happened. Jones turned to the official anyway and told him he'd have to take a one-stroke penalty. The official was confused. He hadn't seen anything move, and neither has anyone else. And Jones said it didn't matter. He knew. He was the only person standing close enough to know, and he knew. So that was that. The one stroke ended up costing him the tournament outright. It forced a brutal 36-hole playoff the next day against Scotsman named Willie McFarland, and Jones lost. And afterward, reporters lined up to praise him for his honesty, ready to crown him the conscience of the sport. And Jones shut it down. He said, "You might as well praise me for not robbing a bank," he said. To him, there has never been a decision to make in the first place. It wasn't a close call he agonized over. It was just the only way he was ever going to play. This is episode 4 on our 5-part series here on Better Golf Daily called Becoming a Champion. So far, we've covered resilience with Ben Hogan, fear of failure with Matthew Wolff, and discipline with Vijay Singh. In today's episode about something that sounds almost too simple to matter, and yet almost nobody actually does it under real pressure, which is controlling the controllables. And here's why I think this story is the real definition of controlling the controllables more than any tips about club selection or staying calm after a bad bounce. Most people hear that phrase and think about a tactical version. Pick the smart shot. Don't panic. Let go of the bad break. That's true and it matters, but Jones' story points at something underneath all of that. Before you can control anything, you have to correctly identify what's actually yours to control in the first place. And the list is a lot shorter than what most people wanted it to be. This is not the outcome. It's not what people think of you afterwards. It's not even whether you win the exact tournament you've spent your whole life chasing. The only thing that was ever completely, entirely his in that moment in the rough was what he did when nobody was looking. And it would have cost him absolutely nothing to stay quiet. Everything else, the trophy, the playoff, McFarland's putt, 100 years of golf history judging the decisions, was never his to manage. So he didn't even spend an ounce of energy trying to. That's the deeper version of this whole idea. Most of the time, controlling the controllable just means picking the smart shot over the risky one. Jones is doing something more basic than that. He's drawing a hard line and putting everything in his life on one side of it or the other. On one side, the outcome, the trophy, and what people end up saying about you. None of that was ever his to control. The other side, what he actually does when nobody's watching. That side was completely his. He wasn't honest that day because it might help him win. He was honest because that's who he already decided to be. An outcome never got a vote in it. Champions understand one simple truth. You can't control everything, but you can always control your response. And I believe the true champion athletes focus their energy on the few things that truly matter, which is attitude, honesty, integrity, preparation, effort, and decision making, while letting go of all the bad breaks, tough conditions, and everything outside their control. The real test almost never shows up when somebody's watching. It shows up in the moment nobody would ever check. A ball that shifted slightly before you addressed it, a stroke you might have miscounted, a gimme you gave yourself that was really a couple of inches too long. No one's going to flag it. No one will ever know. And that's exactly why it's the only test that actually matters. The round itself, the bounces, the lip outs, the number on your buddy's card next to yours was never yours to control in the first place. What's yours is that one unwatched second. Call the stroke, count the real number, not because it changes your score for the better, but because it's the only thing all day that was ever actually your call to make. Jones lost that US Open, and we're still talking about him for it. Not because of what he won, but because of the one thing he refused to hand over control of, even when nobody would have ever known the difference. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. Talk to you next time. Until then, know that the shot that nobody saw is still the one that counts the most. Bye for now.